Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily tarot predictions. These predictions are going to be for November the 6th, which is what, Tuesday? Yep. So let's get started with Aries first for Tuesday, November the 6th. Let's see what comes up. All right, Aries, what you have here is the High Priest. The High Priest just tells me that you are talking to somebody and getting some advice about something that is significant that's going on in your life. This could be that you're talking to a spiritual advisor, somebody like me. This could be that you're talking to a tax accountant. You could be talking to a lawyer, or you could just be talking to your best friend. But you're getting some kind of advice about something that is significant in your life today, or Tuesday, Aries. Anna Lopez, glad to see you again, my dear. Welcome, welcome. Carrie Gallagher, good morning. Glad to see you here, my dear. Brenda Rosario, hello, hello. Yes, ma'am, you are on time. Taurus is the very next one. Taurus for Tuesday, November the 6th. What do the cards want to show you? What does Spirit want to show you with the cards would be a more accurate question. La da 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 da, la da da da. All right, Taurus, what you have showing up is a really good card. This is the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles means that you are getting some kind of good news about something that is either physical, material. This could be financial. You could be getting some good news about finances. You could also be getting some good news relationship-wise. Like maybe you're hearing that somebody would be interested in investing some effort or energy into a relationship or even into a project that you have. So this can be about finances, can also be about effort or energy. La da 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 da. Okay, so next I'm going to shuffle up for Gemini, and as I'm doing that, forgot to tell me what? Oh, very cool. Glad to hear about that, Brenda. Yay. Regina, glad to see you in the room. So while I'm shuffling for Gemini, let me just mention, for those of you who would like to get a private reading with me, either a 30-minute, 45-minute, or 60-minute reading, or for those of you who would like to get a recorded reading, either one question or two question, or for those of you who would like to get a Reiki session, or any of my other services that I have offered, all you have to do is check out my website, make sure that I am the best reader or Reiki master for you, and then get a hold of me. My website is in the description box below, and it's www.amista.info. All my contact information is there. Once you've decided that I am the best person for you to work with, then go ahead and get a hold of me, and we'll get you scheduled quickly. Shakoya, glad to see you here. Triple Libra, hello, hello. It has been a while. Glad you're here. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Marcy Bonds, good morning, good morning. Been a while since I've seen you too. Glad you're here. The separation did go down. I predicted a separation for you then. You guys got to remember, I make predictions all the time. Do I remember what they were 60 seconds later? Maybe not. Much less after I've slept a few times. But I do love to hear the feedback. You guys just have to know that about me, that I don't always remember stuff. Okay, so Geminis, your deck is starting to flop all kinds of cards. I think the deck is saying, okay, just pull. Just pick a card. All right, so, yeah. We just had one flip. We had two fall. More than two fall. Three fall. I'm not happy with the way I feel about any of this, so we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to pull one. So that was something that it was a very surprising thing that I told you about. Gotcha. Gemini energy. Kind of late for him to want to change custody. Now you got to go back to court with him? Jeez. At least, are you happy that you're reconciled with your Scorpio? If the kids and you would benefit, then you gotta... I don't know. Okay, I'm not a lawyer, but I would not trust anything that you guys don't have in writing one way or the other. Because, like, what if you have custody of the kids at some point when in writing he's supposed to have custody of the kids and he can just claim you kidnapped them or something crazy? Just be careful. Get a lawyer to help you. That's what they always say, Regina. Readers don't know anything. What do you think my ex used to always say to me? You don't know. This is what he used to say, Regina. You're not that good of a reader. All right. Let's do Gemini's card now. We do have the Strength card showing up for you guys. This is telling me that you're feeling very comfortable in your own skin, feeling very satisfied with what you're doing with your life on Tuesday, Geminis. Right? Okay, so let's see. Cancers, you're up next. Let's look at you guys for Tuesday, November the 6th. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever put that there. I do appreciate that. Those of you who are sharing this video, also thank you. I appreciate that as well. Well, I'm glad you would get it in writing. All right, Cancer. La da 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 da. All right, Cancers, what you have coming up here is the 8 of Arrows in reverse. Excuse me. 8 of Arrows in reverse. This is a little different than the normal 8 of Swords or 8 of Arrows, 8 of Air that you would see in a tarot deck. I love this deck. There's so many cards that are different. And this is actually the deck that I learned on. But the 8 of Arrows really is my struggle card. And so when you have the 8 of Arrows coming up in reverse, this is the end of a struggle. And it really indicates the type of struggle, that you've been through as well. So when you're looking at this 8 of Arrows right side up, you can see the type of struggle. Like, this has not been something that's easy. Like, nothing has been for you. The weather is bad for this woman. She's dealing with snow and ice and cold, and she's having to carry a staff just to make sure she doesn't slip on the path. And there's arrows that are being, shot at her. But you see that the whole time this woman has kept that lantern going. She's kept hope alive, and she hasn't stopped moving. She's still moving forward. She might be pretty freaking miserable, but she's moving forward. So when you've got this struggle card in reverse, Cancers, this is telling me that this has been probably a long, arduous struggle, and that it is coming to an end, that you're coming to the point where you are done with the struggle. You've done everything that you need to do, and you finally have met your goal. Or you're coming to a place where you're saying, you know what, maybe that goal isn't as important as I thought it was. But either way, the struggle is ending, Cancer. Okay, next up we have Leo for Tuesday, November the 6th. Leo, 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 Leo. La, da, 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 da. Okay, Leos, here's what you have. You've got the 3 of Swords showing up in reverse. 3 of Swords in reverse tells me that there is some kind of healing going on around some kind of emotion or heartache or heartbreak. So maybe you're sitting down and talking with that person that made you feel like you were having a heartache, or maybe you're doing your own spiritual, psychological, emotional healing yourself without that person. Maybe you're creating your own version of closure, But whatever's going on, this is a good thing. You are getting some healing around something that is related to your heart. So it can be emotional. This can also be like if you're getting therapy, if you just had heart surgery or something like that. Same thing. Healing around the heart. Okay, so Virgo, you're up next for Tuesday, November the 6th. Excuse me. La da 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 da. You're quite welcome, Carrie. Glad that that card resonates for you. Let's look at Virgo. You guys have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords tells me that you have been dealing with something that has had a negative impact on you. It's been holding you back or dragging you down. And you are now moving away from whatever that is. I really like this card in this deck because look at this lady. She is literally sleeping as the swan carries her away into something more positive and away from that negative. It's a relief to be moving away from this negative thing. A lot of times when we have a negative influence around us, especially if it's a person that has been dragging us down, we feel like somehow guilty or we feel bad about leaving or moving away from that. But then once we actually make that break, the relief that sets in is kind of amazing. And this is what I'm really seeing on this card is that, there was a lot of emotional manipulation, a lot of guilt play, a lot of stuff like that going on for you. And you've just decided, you know what, you're going to have to say whatever you say and think whatever you think, but I have to get out of this situation. And I think that once you take your stand and say, look, I'm gone, I see you guys feeling very relieved just to be not having to stress out about that situation or that person anymore. So that's for Virgos. La, da, 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 da. Up next, we have Libras for Tuesday, November the 6th. You're quite welcome, Anna. All right, Libra. Here's what we have for you guys. We have the Emperor showing up for you. Libras, I feel like this is you guys taking control of things, taking charge. You're saying, yeah, it's nice that you want to help. I appreciate that you seem to have good intentions and a big heart, but I think I'll make those decisions. Thank you very much. So you're taking control of your own life, Libras, or it could be that you're getting new responsibilities and you're being put in charge of something, or maybe you're taking on a project and taking charge of that project and coming into a leadership position with something like that as well. So either you're coming into some kind of new leadership position or you're taking charge of your own life, kind of depending, where you are right now in your life, Libras. Hello there, spiritual. Glad to see you, my dear. Spirit always knows what's up. Always knows what's up. But I'm thinking this is a Scorpio moon. Pretty sure it's a Scorpio moon. I know it's a Scorpio moon. We just looked at that yesterday. Ah, gotcha, spiritual. I have a schedule today, and I'm not sure, depending how long this video takes, whether I'll get to Reiki right away or whether that'll be much later this afternoon. But I am planning on getting to that video sometime today. Scorpio. Spiritual, you still need to contact me. We still need to talk. We've been needing to since before you moved. Still waiting on that. Oh, your moon is in Virgo. Now I get it. I'm thinking about the moon on the 7th. Now I get it. You're a Libra moon? I'm a Pisces moon, so I'm double water. Blech. I shouldn't say blech. It has its pros and cons. All right, so let's look at Scorpio's card. Speaking of water, we have the moon on water for Scorpio for Tuesday. This card can mean so many different things. Obviously, you're seeing a lot of water there. It can have a lot to do with emotions. You're seeing the moon there. It can be very reflective, and it's reflecting on the water. This could be a super reflective day for us Scorpios. But also, look at the bull there and look at his posture, his stance, his overall stance, and the birds that are flying in front of the moon. Both of these are super huge symbols of sexuality and sensuality. This actually happens to be my most sensual card in the whole deck. So, some of us Scorpios may be having some sizzling hot time behind closed doors in the bedroom, so to speak. Because it doesn't have to happen in the bedroom either, does it? Especially for us Scorpios. But that's enough about that. The other thing that this card talks about is that there's a lot of potential. So we have this dinosaur-looking egg underneath the water. There's a lot of untapped potential. And so I think more than the sensuality, which I won't take sensuality off the table for some Scorpios for Tuesday, but more than that, I'm seeing this as a very reflective day for us, as a day when we are considering and especially likely to be considering things about romantic relationship and things that have happened in the past and things how we would like things to be, and what can we do to go from there to where we want to be, what can we do to go from here to where we want to be. So I really think Tuesday we're going to be thinking about kind of consciously forming what we want a romantic partnership to be like for each of us as individuals, and really working on setting that manifestation forward and getting it in motion. Here's all this untapped potential, and we've got all this reflection going on. We are reflecting, and we're getting things in motion as far as manifestation or law of attraction. We're planting the seed for what it is we really want. Okay, so that's for Scorpios. Hope that makes sense to somebody out there. So sorry, Marcy. Doesn't cost you anything to talk to me, Spiritual Enlightenment. Not a toll booth sticking out a ticket out of my mouth. Be sure you redeem it. No, you can talk to me without having to pay. Let's look at Sagittarius for Tuesday, November the 6th. La da 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 da. We are having Scorpio moon. La da da. La da da da. La da da da. The interpretation of this moon card is a lot different than the other. That's why it's called the moon on water, because it's completely different. It's more about untapped potential and sensuality than it is about secrets. Sagittarius, and by the way, that moon on water card is out of my Wildwood Tarot. Oh, cool. So you're getting it taken care of. Good for you. Sagittarius, what you guys have showing up here is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse is just telling me that there's something that you did find disappointing at one point, and now you are letting it go. You're not holding on to any kind of hurt or disappointment or grudge. You're letting it go. You may be forgiving somebody, like literally to their face, or you may be just forgiving somebody without them even asking for forgiveness. But basically, it boils down to you have decided that you don't want to carry the burden of these negative emotions around. And for that reason, you're letting this go. You're letting this go for you, not for the other person. Okay, that's for Sagittarius. Yeah, this deck is actually, it's the first deck that I ever had, and I didn't know that it was different. So I learned tarot on that deck. And I love having different decks. For me, what draws me into decks is the artwork. But also when you have a deck that is different artwork that's not, straight up Rider Waite, you have the artist's interpretation of those cards. And so each deck that you get is always going to have slightly different meanings on all the cards. So it's always good. If you're going to be a professional reader, it's always good to have several decks on hand so you can let Spirit nudge you into which deck is the best for your person that's coming to you. Oh yeah, that's a long story. I love the Blasted Oak depiction because you can actually see the bondage for the hands and the ankles. Yeah, but if we're reflecting on something, we're not necessarily at a point yet where we're ready to share it. But usually when we reflect this big time on something, we're getting ready to share. There's somebody we'll be talking to about this. Whether it's our best friend or whether it's our romantic partner or whatever. It's not going to be just anybody, because we're picky about our inner circle. Alrighty, so let's see. Capricorn. Four of Pentacles shows up here. This just means that you are doing one of two things, either financially or materially. You're putting some things away, you're saving them back, you're stashing them. And the other thing that could be going on here, Capricorn, and it can actually be both. The other thing is that you're not sharing so much of your feelings with people around you. You're kind of holding those back too. So there may be some kind of situation where you're planning on, maybe you're stashing money away because you want to do something, but you're not ready to tell somebody what it is that you want to do. Maybe you want to invest in something and the other person would be like, what are you thinking? And so you're like, yeah, I'm just going to stash this money away and stash this money away and stash this money away. And I'm going to do what I want to do. And then I'll tell you about it later after I'm successful with it. That could be going on. That's one scenario that could be happening. But bottom line here, you're either stashing money or material goods away, or you are not being very open with your feelings. You're holding back with your feelings with somebody. One of the two, Capricorn, possibly both. La, da, 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 da. People talk. Even Scorpios talk. We're just picky about who we talk to. Most people think we're quiet. Then once you get to know us. Anyway, let's move on to Aquarius for November the 6th. Hello there, Anastasia. Aquarius for Tuesday, November the 6th. Let's see what comes up for you guys. Oh, thank you. I got some more thumbs up, so I appreciate that. Also, those of you who are sharing this video, I can't see that, but I do appreciate that as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I like to be in front of as many people as possible because that's how you help as many people as possible. Okay, so Aquarius, your card for Tuesday the 6th. So Aquarius, what you have showing up here is the 10 of Swords. I'm just feeling into this card. Okay, so this card can feel really heavy and just like kind of malicious sometimes whenever I pick it up and whenever I'm looking at it and feeling into it. It does not feel like that. It does feel to me like Aquarius, there is something that you're putting an end to. And I think it's been like a long-term annoyance or aggravation. And you're putting an end to it, Aquarius, on Tuesday. You're just like, don't ever speak to me of this again, that type of thing. All right, so that's for Aquarius. Pisces, you're up next. Triple Libra, I think you're looking at this the wrong way, honey. There's a whole different perspective to have on this. If you guys are 3 days away and you're in some kind of fun thing, romantic thing, I think you could be looking at this card as this is the potential for some sizzling, hot phone stuff. I think that's how you should be looking at this. Not as he better not be tapping anything. There's Chris. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you in the room, honey. I have not seen that one. La da 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 da. Pisces card. Pisces card. So this was your Ten of Swords, huh, Brenda? You're an Aquarius. Good job for you. Oh my goodness. Pisces, you just got the same card Scorpio did, only you got it in reverse. This is trippy because we've been talking about this card ever since we pulled it the first time. Okay, so Pisces, what you have is the moon on water, and you have the moon on water in reverse. So whenever I see a card like this and I am looking at it, one of the things that I look at, especially if it comes up reversed, is I look at what would normally be the bottom of the card, because usually what was normally on the bottom is now popping out to me. And also in this card, it's a little bit of a different way of seeing it. I want you guys to pay attention, especially to this dinosaur egg looking thing that's at the top now. And when I flip the card, doesn't that look a little different? Here it looks like it's completely underwater. Here it looks like this one little edge is popping out and on dry land. Okay? So what you're getting here, Pisces, the message here is that there's some kind of untapped potential that's been right under your nose for a while that you're starting to just get into the tip of the iceberg with. But you're starting to realize that, wait a second, this potential's been here all the while. Like, I could actually do something with this. I could actually use this to move forward. Maybe it's some kind of tool there for you. An example of this, let's say that you have properties that you've been holding for a long time and you're really not doing much with those properties. Maybe they're farmland, maybe you're renting them out, but maybe what you're making on them isn't even really enough to pay the property taxes, or maybe it just barely does. So it's kind of a hold even type of thing. But then all of a sudden you realize, wait a second, I could take out an equity line of credit on this and I could put that towards buying another investment property. So this would be, opportunity that's been there right under your nose the whole time, as long as you owned that farmland. And now all of a sudden you're realizing, well, wait a second, there's value in that. I could get some credit in that to put it towards getting something else. And so you're starting to tap into, you would start to tap into that. So this is indicating that there's something that's right under your nose that has had possibilities for you to create something good with, and you haven't been utilizing that at all. And so now you're just starting to realize that you can, and you're starting to take those first baby steps towards tapping into all of that opportunity that's been right in front of you the whole time. Okay, that's for Pisces. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that, Chris. You too, Ms. Carrie. Dinosaurs are back in this deck. All right, so that covers everybody. Thank you so much to all of you for being here, for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Oh, there's even more. Thank you for that. And thank you to those of you who have shared this video. Thank you also to those of you who have ordered readings and Reiki sessions with me. All of your support is what makes me able to do what I love to do, to bring in my living. So thank you very much. I do appreciate you all. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful, thrilling, and peaceful day. And I'll see you guys on the next video.